Ever since the day that you went away, you went away.
Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Andra. I make commentary videos on pop culture and influencers. Today's video is gonna be about the free videos that Emily Leah has posted since she announced her return to the anti-mlm community. Her receipts, if you can even call them that, because they're more like half receipts, as well as towards the end of the video I want to talk about where I've been and what I've been doing for my subscribers who care about that. So that's gonna be at the end, so I don't bother new people with that. So the first video that she posted out of the free is called Being Cancelled by the anti-mlm community Tell All, but she really tells nothing in this. So first of all, you were not cancelled, you left, and I keep saying this, but it seems like it falls on deaf ears. So many people said this to her in commentary videos and she seems to watch them, but she doesn't listen. She just watches and it goes into one ear and out the other. She doesn't care. She said that she can't show receipts yet, which she later does in another video, but let's just talk about this video for now. Can't show receipts yet. So why not wait and make a video about it when you are able? Why make this prequel, trailer, whatever you wanna call it? What's the point? The anti-mlm movement is a joke and I cannot watch it. But you expect us to watch you. If we are a joke, then why do you have the entitlement and expectation to watch you? Like, I know that maybe some creators you can say they are a joke. Fair. If you have problems behind the scenes, yeah. But to say that the community as a whole is a joke and that you are above everybody is just horrible. She said this: I received DMs welcoming me back into the community. I don't want to be back in the community. Okay, so why do you use the hashtags and why do you post for the same audience that watches anti-mlm to see your content too? Why not do what you said and post something else? Why come back to the thing? Like, I can understand not being back in the community in the sense that you don't talk to people in private. That is your choice. I don't talk to people in private. That's fine. Who are from YouTube, I mean, I don't. Because I'm a small creator, I want to focus on my own and, you know, growing my own YouTube channel. And then after that, I can make friends and stuff. I understand the choice. But it doesn't mean that you're not a part of the community if you don't talk to them. Again, you can be part of the community in the sense of posting the videos under this hashtag and stuff, but not be part of the community on a social level. That's fine, that's your choice. But to me it seems like she's saying that she's too good for everybody. She talks about people who make videos about her, saying that if you're gonna talk about people, maybe talk about yourself instead. As if you didn't build your own channel on talking about other MLMers in this case. We are commentary channels, we talk about people. I'm not a storytime channel, I don't talk about myself. I will maybe in a few videos talk about myself, but that's not the point of the channel. That's not why I made the channel. This is not the niche that I wanted. So of course I'm going to talk about other people, and I feel like most of the time I'm doing it in a very respectful way. But people like you get on my nerves with this, because again, I used to like Emily Leah, but what is she saying? That people are not allowed to make commentary channels? Then okay, let's not make any news articles about celebrities either, because they're other people. Let's only get journalists to talk about their life, as if I care about a journalist's personal life. I don't. So of course, if you do that, nobody's gonna read the newspapers anymore. She talks about blurring MLMers' faces, which I feel like you should do if you have the possibility, of course. And if they're big ones, then don't. But if they are just normal people, yeah, blur their faces and names for sure. Saying that people are doing the same to me now, as in not blurring her face. Emily, the difference is those people have like 1,000 followers. You are a public figure. You chose to be a public figure. Your face does not need to be blurred. You don't blur Rihanna's face. And I'm not comparing like YouTubers to mainstream celebrities, but at the same time, I will feel like if you put yourself out there as a YouTuber, you expect to grow a lot bigger and you prepare yourself mentally for that kind of attention, which I don't know if she did because she's young. And 5 years, maybe 4 years, I don't know if she's 20 yet. I'm 24. So I'm a bit older than her and I can understand these things a bit more. But at the same time, she's an adult. She should understand that her choices led to her being a semi-public figure, and she doesn't need privacy because, again, if you're a public figure, you need privacy when it comes, in my opinion, to your personal life, like your family and your friends who are not public figures. Yeah, I don't agree with paparazzis following people around in their personal lives, but at the same time, if you are a singer, for example, you go to a concert to perform, then people should film you because that's what you're there for. You're there in the capacity as a public figure. But if you go to the supermarket, you're there as a normal person. So Emily Leah, when you are on YouTube and Instagram and you post your pictures and I take them and put them in my videos, it's public content because you put it there yourself. I'm not going on the streets taking pictures of people and then putting them on YouTube. I'm taking a picture that you yourself posted. You chose to post that. And near the end of the video, I thought it was funny. She said, I'm excited to have some good conversations. With who? Because you have no comments. Who are you talking to? Yourself? Also said that she lives rent-free in people's heads. I don't know, because again, you're a public figure and I would say that that's not a bad thing necessarily. But I don't know, you want the money but you don't want to be a public figure, then find a normal job where you don't have to be a public figure. It's simple. And then this is Savannah Marie saying I don't call people bitches, and I don't necessarily feel like Savannah was being sexist or calling them bitches with a, you know, derogatory connotation. I just feel like that's how she probably speaks in her spare time. She probably uses that word for her friends and stuff, and I know it's not ideal. I know it's not tasteful for some people, but we do this in Eastern Europe too. We are very blunt. We talk in a way that may be perceived as rude by outsiders. I say the F word all the time, and not the slur towards gay people, the other F word. I say it all the time, and I feel like it's normal in Eastern Europe, or to curse people in like a jokey way. We do that a lot, and nobody gets offended. And I do try to temper myself when I talk to Westerners, because I know that it's not in their culture, so they wouldn't like it. I try, but at the same time, I don't feel like she was using that in a derogatory way specifically. I just feel like she was a bit, you know, the emotions were high and she was a bit carried away. I don't feel like that speaks of Savannah's character. I feel like she's a good person. She seems like a good mother. I wouldn't shit on her personality over something as small as this. I feel like Emily was intentionally nitpicking because she has a bone to pick with Savannah. And next up, she made a second video called The Receipts and Emily Leah's Side. And in this video, she shows some receipts, but they don't really make sense. And I'm going to be making a video on Kimberly's side too. I feel like some of these receipts that Emily shows have been sent by Kimberly. She starts off the video by saying she deserves to defend herself, which, yes, of course, and you could have done that 6 months ago. Nobody was stopping you. You chose to cancel yourself. She says she disabled the comments for her mental health, and you can check my previous video to see how I feel about that. I feel like mental health is absolutely important, but I feel like if you want to be a public figure, you need to know where your limits are, and disabling your comments is not gonna fix it, because people will continue to be pissed off and they will find other places to comment, such as my video and other commentary videos, instead of talking to you, or they will send you private DMs talking badly at you, and I don't know if that's better. I feel like that's actually worse for you. I would just filter out some words. You can do that on YouTube. That's the easier way. She makes quite a good point actually here, saying that she didn't show any proof before, but they, as in the other people who were in the anti-mlm community at the time involved in the drama, like Savannah, Madison, and whoever else, didn't show proof either, which is a good point. Nobody actually showed proof during that time. But the thing is, the reason why people chose to believe those other creators like Savannah and not Emily, or Kimberly for that matter, is because you didn't instantly deny your involvement, or you didn't go to Savannah publicly and demand proof. Because you would, if you would have done either of these things and then Savannah couldn't have provided the proof that you asked for, then people would have maybe chosen your side. You know, they would have taken your side. Some of them would have stayed on Savannah's side, but because you made that video in which you are ambiguous about whether you were in the group chat or not, people assume that you were guilty, and that's why you're there. She continues to talk about Savannah in this video as well, and I get why one might not like Savannah, because she is a little bit vulgar, she is loud, same as me. That's why I like her personally, but I can understand why she's not everybody's cup of tea, but I don't think that makes her a bad person. And Emily being more, I don't know, like ladylike in the conventional way of it, makes Emily on a higher moral ground. I don't think so. I feel like there is no good or bad way, as long as you don't hurt people on purpose. She shows some screenshots from the group chat. Radiant Brit had a video where she stopped the, like she paused it and was reading the actual screenshots on that video, because it wasn't like a series of screenshots. It was a screen capture of the phone. It was all being filmed. So she stopped it, and the only bad thing, which is not even bad, is somebody asked Emily Leah, what do we think about her? And people were saying their things about her. Most of them were like that she's okay. So people weren't actually like shitting on her like she claimed. But I can understand why being talked about behind your back and people putting you there as a name to get the seal of approval is probably upsetting. I can understand that. But she wasn't actually being insulted, and she also claimed that this might not be the group chat, so how do we know? And then she shows two people criticizing her. One of them is a recording that she received on DMs, I think, which was a really rude recording. I don't know who the person was. And the other person was just a part of a video by Camilla, who is Romanian also, same as me. When she showed these two videos, she said something like, I don't know how you can be so angry at someone you don't know. And I sure fucking hope that she was referring to the other person who was rude and not to Camilla, because if you think that somebody is being rude to you just because they are more straightforward, because that is how we speak, then you are xenophobic. Like, you are perpetuating stereotypes about people in the Eastern European countries being rude just because we have a different tone of voice. Like, that's how we fucking speak. What can I do about that to you? I don't know. It's just xenophobic. It's bigoted to spread this. So I hope to hell that you were referring to the other person. And then she posted a third video, which was like the worst one in my opinion, because it had no point to be there. Like, she just made it to make some extra money, I think. It's called New Anti-MLM Movement Ideas, and that doesn't exist. Like, I can tell you that this is a lie. Why would somebody make this kind of movement and not just call it the MLM movement? It's probably just her and like a few other people. It's not a movement. Black Lives Matter is a movement. Different communist revolutions were movements. The Bolsheviks had a movement. Like, 3 people talking to you in DMs is not a movement. And this is the only clip that I'm going to be showing in my video because I don't want to get copyright claimed or struck or anything. And this is her addressing the lack of comments in her video. So let's hear it.
Before we get in, I do want to address my comments being turned off. I came to the conclusion that I don't want to be responsible for comments involving other creators' names. I don't feel like being responsible for anything that's said.
So you can use filters to filter out all the comments containing other creators' names. Like, this is such a simple solution, but you just refuse to do it because you want to censor people and you want to silence us and you want to silence criticism.
If you've been keeping up with anything in this community or whatever, the comment section has really started a lot of stuff, and I don't want to be responsible for anything said in the comments, so I'm going to be leaving the comments off for a little bit. I don't know, once I feel like it's ready to turn on and people are kind of over all of this stuff.
How will you know when it's ready to be turned on if you don't listen to people? How do you know when people are over this if you don't listen to them? How will you just take, I don't know, coffee beans and guess?
I will probably turn them back on, but I'm not going to turn them on until I feel ready, because ultimately I just don't want to be responsible for anything happening in the comments. It's a lot to monitor, a lot of videos, comment sections, and we don't need that anymore. We don't need that.
Saying that you don't want to be responsible for what is being said is just a lie. You are cowardly and you don't want to accept criticism, and saying we don't need that. Who's we? You and you, because you don't care about our opinions, so why do you use plural? In this video, she also said something like, well, she didn't say it, but she heavily suggested it, that some MLMers are bad. I don't know if they are bad as people, but MLMs are bad as businesses. So all MLMers are contributing to bad things, even if maybe them as individuals are not bad. So I feel like she's trying to please some MLMers and get them to continue to support her on her business journey instead of her anti-MLM journey, because she's not anti-MLM. I think she wants to appeal to both sides of, anti-MLM and pro-MLM people, which is never gonna work. She said she talked to some MLMers that she's posted in her videos, which is great. It's great to start that with the other side, try to convince them to stop doing what they're doing. However, you are not innovating anything. You're not the first one to do this. There are other anti-mlm creators who have interviews on their channels, so please stop acting like you are the best for doing this, because others have done this. You're not some unique little entrepreneur who knows better than others. You're just not. You're 19 and you're starting out your journey in life, and you have so much more to learn. And I'm 24 and I still feel like I have so much more to learn because I'm still quite young myself, and I don't understand why people at this age think they know everything. She addresses that she feels like the way that she approached content before, as in, she claims she mocked people and bullied people, which I don't think she did, but whatever, let's say that she did. The way she approached content before was wrong, and that she wants to do it the right way, which is a good sentiment. Improving yourself is great. However, I feel like saying that you did something wrong and now you know how to do it right without telling others how to do it right is not helping the community as a whole. It's only feigning moral superiority compared to the rest of us, that we don't know what we're doing, only you know, and you have secrets that you're not gonna tell us. Like, come on. If you actually cared about the feelings of MLMers and for us to not bully them allegedly, then you would tell us what you think is best and what they think is best, since you had so many dialogues with them. But you don't want to help us. You don't care about others' feelings. You just want to be the good person in the whole situation, allegedly. She also says that we shouldn't put people's names or faces even blurred out at all, and we should let people watch the videos on their own volition. And I would like to know, how do you think that MLMers are going to find my videos, for example, if I don't put their faces or names? Why would they click on my video specifically when there is so much content getting uploaded on YouTube per minute that you wouldn't be able to filter it out in a way that you would randomly run into a video that's about you? Come on. You know that it's not true. You know that they're not going to seek out this type of content by themselves, and you know that what you said makes no sense. And she also said we're ready to talk about the past few months, as in what she's been up to. And I would like to know, who is we and who are you ready to talk to, because you're not letting us have a dialogue with you. You want to talk to yourself. Maybe instead of posting on YouTube, you should go in the bathroom, stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself, because you don't care about others' opinions. So why are you putting it on YouTube for us if you are gonna censor everybody? For now, that is everything that she's posted. I will maybe continue to look at what she's doing, but honestly, these 3 videos have been nothing but disappointment, and I don't know if I wanna give her more clout by talking about her, although my platform is so small that the word clout here doesn't make much sense. But even regardless of that, even if there's a few people who will find out about her through me, I don't want them to go and watch, because I don't feel like she's redeemed herself at all. And that's just my personal opinion. If you guys want to forgive her, then that's up to you. I'm not gonna police what people are doing, but I just feel like I'm disappointed because I used to like her. That's all. I want to address that I've received a few comments trying to correct me, and I don't agree with that. I may have been a bit rude in my responses, but that's just the way I speak. Being from Eastern Europe, this is how we speak. We are very straightforward. It doesn't mean that I have negative feelings towards anyone, but I just wanted to explain my stance. When I said that I feel like if you earn 6 figures, you shouldn't have a Shopify website, I got quickly corrected with comments about how people like Jeffree Star and Kylie Jenner have Shopify's. I think 3 people told me something like this, or 2 at least, saying that if these people who are millionaires or even billionaires have Shopify websites, what is wrong with that? And I think, personally, for me, it looks like shit. It looks like you don't want to invest in your brand, you don't want to pay more. If you're a small business, of course, you can have Shopify, that's the purpose of it. But if you are rich enough to actually make your own website from scratch, I would say that looks more professional, it looks more neat, it shows that you actually care. It shows that you're not a greedy CEO who takes all the profits and puts them in their pocket to buy Louis Vuitton bags or whatever. Jeffree Star, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner, like this past few days, one of her friends, I think her makeup artist, was in an accident and she asked her fans to donate, and it was like $50,000 total for the fundraiser. Kylie Jenner is almost a billionaire. She lied about being a billionaire, she's actually a millionaire apparently, but $50,000 for her is the equivalent to like $5 for someone like me. And she asked her fans in the middle of a pandemic to donate instead of doing it herself. So yeah, I think Kylie Jenner is greedy, horrible, a capitalist monster, and her Shopify website, I don't care about it. And that's my stance on the thing, is capitalism is encouraging people to cut all the costs and make the lowest quality product in order to produce as many products as possible. This is like one of the definitions of capitalism that we talked about in leftist circles. We talk about it a lot. It's the infinite production of finite resources. And it's true, because you don't have infinite resources, obviously, on this planet. But you want to produce and produce and produce more than people need. Supply and demand is actually like a lie when it comes to capitalism, because they will produce way past the demand. And yeah, I think Shopify is unprofessional. And I stand by that. And I don't need people to tell me to do my research, because I am a leftist from a former Soviet country. And I don't need people to tell me why I should like or dislike capitalism, because capitalism destroyed the entirety of Eastern Europe. So that's my stance on that. And now, before I end this video, I want to talk a little bit about what I've been up to and why I haven't posted for over a week. It's not that long, but I still want to address it, because I feel like it will look ugly from the outside. It will look like I haven't posted because I was waiting to get monetized. And yes, I'm finally monetized now. I'm very happy about that, but that's not the only reason. I was indeed very stressed out about my monetization process, because I've had a few problems with setting up an AdSense account. It got declined a couple of times. I had to talk to YouTube support and get it sorted out. They were amazing. They helped me. But it did take a toll on me, because I was like, I've worked so much, posted 100 videos to get nothing in return. And I do like to post the videos, but at the same time, obviously, you don't make a YouTube channel to infinitely post videos for free. You accept that you have to post them for free, and you're not gonna get monetized instantly. You don't do it only for the money, but you can't spend time as an adult producing content that is never gonna get monetized, because it's very time consuming. People have jobs as well outside of YouTube, so the little time that you have at home, you wanna spend it relaxing, not working even more without payoff, if that makes sense. So it wasn't my sole reason. I actually made this channel initially to help survivors. That was my purpose for making this channel. I looked at people like CryptoArt and Revzilla, who were talking to survivors of dive vanity. That's what inspired me to make this channel. It had nothing to do initially with money, but the more and more work I put into this and time, and I bought a camera, I bought a tripod, I did all this, of course I want to recover my investment, and I don't feel like that makes me a bad person, but that is not the only reason why I wasn't here. And I want to address that. I've been having some health problems, both mental and physical. I got diagnosed finally with essential tremor, because I've been having shaky hands for 1 year, and it caused me a lot of anxiety. It caused me feeling unable to do normal tasks, and they ruled out every other possibility, and now I know what's wrong with me. They gave medication. Mental health has been bad, because this is the longest that I've gone without being home in my country, in Romania. I've been here in England for, it's coming to 2 years now, which is the worst for me, because although I don't want to offend anybody who is from England, this place has never felt good for me. I can understand that it's good for others. I've seen even Romanians who are happy living here. I'm not. I'm miserable in this country most of the time. My job as an interpreter, I translate for people who don't speak English, so I feel like I'm helping other Romanians. It gives me purpose. I love to help my own when they need me. I feel like I'm doing kind of a duty towards my country, and it makes me happy, gives me fulfillment. I love places in England, like different restaurants, the diversity in foods, I like that. But the country itself, I don't like it. I would like it more as a tourist. If I just came to visit every year, I would like that. But living here, it doesn't feel like home. It feels cold and unwelcoming. The cultural divide is massive between Eastern Europeans and British people. I feel like we are very straightforward. They are very polite. But they are polite to the point that you don't know what they're thinking about. You don't know if they secretly hate you or not. And I'm not used to that, because if I don't like something, I'm gonna say it. But they're not like that. And I've been called rude, I've been called arrogant because of my culture. And I just feel like there's a lot of xenophobia with Brexit. And I don't feel safe. I've got called slurs, the G slur specifically. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I don't like about this country. There is stuff that I do like I said. And I am grateful for the lessons I've learned here. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for the money I've made in this country. But it's not my home. It's not where I want to be forever. And my parents are here. That's why I came. I didn't choose to come here. That's the saddest part, is when I had to come here the first time, I was crying a lot because I didn't want to come here. I got kind of forced by circumstance because I couldn't afford the university back home. And It was between my hometown, which has one university, which is not that amazing, and Manchester. And that was the only choice I really had, because my university in my hometown doesn't have that many different specializations that I could do, different courses. And for me, my happiness was knowing that every year in the summer I will go home. And last summer, 2020, I couldn't go because of the pandemic. So it made me feel more homesick than I've ever felt in my life, because I knew that every year I have something to look up to. And last year I didn't. This year I may not, because who knows what's gonna happen by the summer. Who knows if I'm able to go home. There's just a lot of complications, and I've been down mentally. And I want to continue to make content. I want to be, motivational and cheerful and whatever in the best way that I can be. I'm not a very extroverted person. I don't really show emotions, and I just wanted to be honest so that people don't feel like I'm waiting to get monetized and then coming back just because I don't want to produce content for free anymore. That's not why. Producing a few videos for free wouldn't have hurt me. So it's not the main reason. The main reason is how I was feeling with my diagnosis and with how I've been feeling being away from home, because I am somebody who's been fighting anxiety and depression for many years, as well as just trauma that I've had in the past. I talk about it quite straightforward here on this channel. And I know that I can go very quickly in and out of depressive episodes, so I've been taking care of myself in these past few days. Going out into the nature, working a little bit. I did pick up some shifts for my work because my work makes me feel fulfilled. Like I said, I've been watching anime and just doing stuff around the house that makes me feel comfortable. But hopefully I can get back into my pace. I do feel like quite worn out because I produced 100 videos in the past year before I actually got monetized, which is quite a lot of content. And some of them are like an hour long, so yeah, it's a lot of work. But I want to continue to do it and grow on this channel and hopefully make an actual income out of this so I can dedicate more time to it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you think, subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Ever since the day that you